Yep. And then getting the role in Canada, like I feel a lot of people struggle to get their first role in Canada or in the West. How was that process like for you in terms of landing your first role?
Yeah, so I've just got to say before I give my before I give like how I got my role, that the general advice that you get is that you go there, network, and apply online. It does not work for most people, and it did not work for me, or it might take a lot of time. So what I did was I got here, and I knew back from Pakistan that I'm going to have to find where startups post their jobs,
Yeah.
and I would have to apply to that. There's a number of factors for that. There's a number of reasons for that. But first one, and the main one, is that I'm going to be doing a full time MBA. So I don't have time for a full time role.
Yep.
So no formal bank or consulting would hire anyone for a part time role, right? Secondly, I knew that my experience is in tech startups, tech enabled startups, should I say. And I would just be taken more seriously as a candidate if I applied to Canadian tech enabled or tech startups. So that's why I decided that when I get to Canada, I'll look for startup portals. So I think I've sent this to you
Yep.
over LinkedIn
Yes.
as well.
Yep. I'll
So
share it.
the three portals are Wellfound, techjobs.marsTD, and ycombinator.com. So
One button.
when I got here, I did some Googling and I started applying to those jobs, right? But I was also applying to other companies for internships, etc. But this is where I was applying for part-time roles. And
Yep.
sure enough, Genie AI, that's my first job. That's how I got that job. And I would say if students are coming here, or if anyone's looking for a part-time job, startups are likelier to hire you and likely to have lesser competition in formal companies that you're applying. And yeah, it's a fun experience working remotely because large companies are going back to the office mandate, right?
Yeah. That's yeah.
But if startups are hungry for talent and you have what they want, and if they're having trouble finding guys like you, then they're gonna let you work however you want to. Especially if you're a student, you have that control over your hours. So that's how I found Genie AI, and that's what I'd recommend to people to look for startup specific portals. Canada is really investing in deep tech sort of startup niches. So they're investing in AI, in cybersec, and blockchain. They've pumped money into universities to do research on blockchain. They're trying to turn Ontario into a place of choice for people looking to set up companies, right?
Yeah.
So, so the startup job market is going to be good for some time, better than large tech companies or banks.
Yeah.
But
It
only in certain niches. Sorry, I have to add that before I move on. Overall, it's not going to be good for tech workers,
yeah.
but it's better at startups, is what I'd say.